Hey everybody, welcome back. This is some Am I the A-hole best friend wedding drama. Am I the a-hole for telling my best friend I love him on his wedding night? All rise for the honorable Judge Charlotte! Oh my god. Let's not break furniture in the process, Charlotte. Last December, my best friend, 32 male, married his girlfriend, 30 female, of 2 years. They had a beautiful white tie garden wedding at a nice estate. I've known my best friend since childhood. We used to spend every second together. Did you love him before he was in a relationship or only after?
You know how it is.
We went to the same elementary and high school and only lived a few doors down from each other. We kept talking when he went to university, but stopped talking for about 4 years when I went and made different friends. But eventually, we both found jobs in our hometown and reconnected. I've always thought my best friend was attractive, but I never made a move because I'm a more traditional person and he never asked.
You chicken?
We both went to prom with different people, dated different people in college, etc. We never kissed or had any other physicality. Don't let this happen. I feel for you because it's like, oh god, if I don't tell him now. But at the same time, you had 30 years to tell him and you didn't tell him until his wedding night.
That is a move.
If you like somebody, let them know. And then at least if they reject you or they don't, you know. So fast forward to his wedding night, the whole thing felt wrong to me.
Taboo.
I ended up liking his now wife, but during the period in which they were dating and engaged, I still hung out with my best friend all the time. We'd go stargazing, hiking, etc., but there was never any romantic subtext to it, right? Because he was with somebody else.
Right. I forgot.
On the night of the wedding, I asked one of my other friends what I should do, and she recommended I tell him my feelings before the wedding. She's not a good friend. She said I would regret it forever if I didn't. You had a long time to tell him, and you chose this night? You're ruining your friendship. Those stargazing nights, the hiking, that's not gonna happen anymore now that he knows that. I realized this was true. I didn't get a chance to talk to him before the ceremony, but afterwards, I managed to pull him aside. Okay, so he was already married? Yeah, he was married. I tell him I've loved him forever. He started to cry and told me to leave. I've only spoken to him once since last December when he texted me to make sure I was fine considering the current plague. Am I the a-hole? If I am, please help me resolve this. I really miss my best friend. Edit, my fault. We didn't go to MS at the same time. He was a senior in high school and I was a freshman. You are the a-hole and you need to apologize for making him cry on his wedding night.
Well, that explains a lot.
The only crying I will allow on your wedding night are tears of joy. You're the a-hole. If you don't, you'll regret it forever. Are you kidding? You just made it his wedding day about you and your feelings. I don't know who this friend is, but like they were dead wrong. You should have just... You either should have told him long before the wedding or you should have kept your mouth shut. Now, he'll always remember that on his wedding day and it is your fault. I agree with this. You need to apologize. You also, I think, need to apologize to his wife. If I found out that someone told my man on our wedding night that they love him and then he cried, absolutely not. You're cut. You know, when even the comically tragic Rachel from Friends knows it's a terrible idea, that it is a really, really terrible idea. You're the a-hole. You had years to get your shit together and you didn't until it became about you and your regrets. Yeah, did you even consider his feelings and how he would feel? You also waited until he was actually married. Dumping your feelings on him on his happy day was the lowest of low blows. You showed no regard for his feelings at all. No wonder he doesn't consider you a friend because you didn't act like one, period. You will always have regrets and you will always wonder, but you had plenty of time to find out for sure.
Alone.
It sounds like you're in the friend zone, girl. Like it sounds like he considers you a really, or considered, past tense, a really good childhood friend and he just didn't have feelings for you. Doesn't mean he didn't care about you. He clearly like reached out to you during the pandemic to find out how you were, making sure you were okay. He sounds like a really, really good guy and you hurt him on his wedding. Apologize and don't expect a friendship out of it either. You are the a-hole, my dear. Am I the a-hole for my best friend's wedding being called off? Settle down! I'm gonna hit it so hard this time. Is it possible for you guys to see how hard I hit this thing?
Dang, girl.
I, 24 female, have been best friends with Layla, 24 female, since we were in elementary. She's been dating this cocky frat boy, Steve, 26, for the last 5 years, and he's awful. He proposed to her, but he hasn't had a hand in planning since day one and has shot down every decision she's made. Her future mother-in-law is a big a-hole as well and also controlling. Layla's family is well off and they're paying for everything. Her grandparents were even going to purchase them a house once they get married. Steven is materialistic and everything is about money. He often brags about how much money he has. He has none.
Dude, what the hell?
That he's marrying into money and they won't have to work if they don't want to. I mean, money does run out. You know that, right? You kind of need to keep working and keep making money. Otherwise, money does run out, especially with this kind of attitude. This is not true, but he's aware of a large money gift her parents are going to give her. Well, they have given it to her, but she hasn't told him. I think that she probably knows what's going on here. Him running his mouth about their finances alone has caused some tension in her family once word got back to them. Her father even threatened to pull the plug on the wedding. Ooh. Okay, we don't like him at all. Hate frat boys. They're up there with hockey dudes. His parents are paying for the honeymoon, and she wants to go somewhere exotic and beautiful. He proposed Vegas. She found out that he was gonna meet some friends there and they were gonna go hit the casinos.
Oh, yo, because you want to chill with your boys on your honeymoon then? Why don't you go marry your boys then?
Canadian frat boys are even worse, dude.
Canada, you did it again.
They had a big argument about it. Her future mother-in-law agreed with her son and pointed out that they were the one paying. So it gave her son an advantage. Just because you're paying for it, that doesn't mean that he has a right to go and spend his honeymoon with his boys. That's not what honeymoons are for, babes. Unless that's what you want the honeymoon to be for.
All at once?
No hate. That the honeymoon is not all about her, but something that he wants to do too. It's not all about her, it's about what they want to do together. Layla comes over upset and asks for input from me and another friend. She knows I don't like Steven. I've never hidden the fact of how I felt about him and the way he treats her. While one friend suggested that the family sit down and talk, I'm the a-hole-ish friend that suggested she tell him that her family has gone broke and they are going to have to pay for their wedding and house to see his true intentions. Oh. Please tell me. Oh God. On a civil note, on a more civil note, I also suggested that she postpone the wedding until they were on the right page or walk away from the relationship. She disagreed. Layla does the asshole-ish thing I suggested and he calls off the wedding! Oh, wow. I'm now being blamed for ruining her marriage. You took things to extreme measures, but I think you did that to prove a point. That I should have never told her such a thing because she was under a lot of stress and wasn't thinking clearly. So you would just rather know that your fiance wouldn't marry you if you didn't have money?
What's the question again?
Her father is on my side, while her mother claims I'm in the wrong and I need to fix it. I was even called jealous by some of our friends. Layla's too upset to even talk to me. I didn't make her do it, but am I the a-hole for suggesting that she do it? It is a bit diabolical.
Fine, diabolical.
Like, damn, girl, you some evil genius, okay? I think that your friend will come around eventually. I don't know. You're not the a-hole. In my opinion, you took extreme measures, but if anyone's the a-hole in this scenario, it's the fiance or ex-fiance, I should say. Not the a-hole. In time, she will see that she dodged a bullet. She may never forgive you, though. People are funny. I mean, I think maybe she'll forgive you once she's with someone that is with her for the right reasons, and she'll see why you should never marry a frat boy. This, you are not the a-hole and you're a great friend. However, if she doesn't realize it now, she may never realize it. Glad her dad at least realizes it. I agree. I think that she's kind of being a dick, blaming it on you a little bit. If she acts the fool to you now, she may never apologize, even if she realizes what you did for her one day. Pride is a funny thing. Please don't ever stop being you. I was hoping that it wouldn't lead to where I thought it was leading, but I also really wanted the frat boy to just go away. Sometimes people get amazing friends they don't appreciate and don't deserve. OP is one of those amazing friends. Hopefully OP's friend grows past her current hurt and gains new knowledge and returns to the friendship a more deserving friend. Your friend is lucky to have you. You're not the a-hole, my dear. I like you. If you ever see this, I like you. Am I the a-hole for skipping my best friend's wedding just because?
What does that even mean?
Kind of already. I am 31 female and a hermit. I have exactly 2 friends and I talk to them and to my family mostly online, meeting them only every now and then. I don't have social anxiety or anything, but people drain me so much I can barely function by the end of a workday. Just extremely introverted, I guess. I don't do social gatherings, and people who met me know this. Friend 1 got married last year. I showed up for the ceremony, dropped off my gift, and left before the reception even started. She thanked me for showing up at all. Wow, so you're really that introverted, eh? Barely an hour into the reception of my own brother's wedding, he told me I'm free to go home now. He's surprised I lasted this long. The issue. Friend 2 is getting married next year, and she's planning a destination wedding. Oh, so you can't run away easily. I mean, you could just like run away to the hotel room. I'd like to make this clear. There's just no universe in which I'm flying 6 hours only to spend a full weekend socializing with people I don't even know.
Me neither.
I told friend 2 I will follow the ceremony online and give them my present after they return. I mean, you can still go. You don't have to spend the whole time at these various wedding events, but like, she's your friend. And if your friend invites you to her wedding, you should probably go if you can afford it. And there's no other reason not to. You should go. She got upset and is currently giving me the I'm not mad, I'm disappointed routine. I'm disappointed. She said she's upset because I'm prioritizing my own comfort over her feelings. I mean, yeah, like, you don't necessarily have like an anxiety disorder to my knowledge. I know everybody likes to say, oh, she could have this, she could have that. It's like, okay, she hasn't disclosed anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go by what she said. And she said that she just gets drained in social situations and she's an introvert. That doesn't mean that you are completely just absolved from any responsibility in your friendships and your family. And if you are, you have to be okay with people getting mad. I told her she's right, and I will always put my comfort level above other people's feelings. Hence the number of friends I have, and she knew this from the start. Does that make me a shitty friend? Probably yes. Was one of the first things I said to her, we can be friends, but don't expect me to go to your wedding.
That's oddly specific.
Also yes. Wow, you're just like okay with kind of being a dick, eh? I do care about her feelings, and I didn't mean to hurt her, but I also feel like she set us up both for failure with her expectations. She doesn't know that one of the reasons I don't do people is because I'm allergic to such expectations. Allergic to expectations, eh? Interesting choice of words. On the other hand, I guess it's not unreasonable to expect your best friend to attend your wedding, so there's that. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, you are kind of being a dick, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, there's certain situations where I don't want to be there. I don't want to see certain people, but you kind of need to just get over it. Get over yourself. Not the a-hole. Choosing a destination wedding automatically means you have to accept some people are not attending solely because of that. Like, you gotta have a reason to not be able to go. You can't just be like, no, I don't want to go.
I'm just so tired.
Okay, it seems like everybody gets a little bit upset about destination weddings. A lot of people are actually on her side, which is, you know, to each their own. You know, there are lots of people who get drained from socializing. I also get drained from socializing, but I still do it. Even when I'm around people I absolutely love and would do anything for, what I cannot do is spend more than 2 to 3 hours with them at a time. It exhausts me completely. Not everyone gets energy from socializing. We don't need therapy about it or to be told that we exist in the wrong way. We could just be simply introverted, or we could be neurodivergent. Either way, leave us alone, because we already go through enough about it. You know, I can relate to you. I absolutely can. But just because I feel uncomfortable in certain situations, that doesn't mean that I'm not obligated to like show up for my friends. That's just how I feel about it. Especially when it comes to like wedding events. If it's your best friend, you, in my opinion, you gotta suck it up. And I do that. Like, I practice what I preach. I suck it up even when I'm in situations I don't want to be in. Just get like a separate room. I'm literally going through this right now. I cannot stay in a big house with a bunch of people. I am getting my own room so that I may escape. So to me, you are being an a-hole. And I know that other people are gonna feel differently, and that's fine. But I'm always of the opinion you should show up for your friends on their special days, on their big milestones, even if it means being a little bit uncomfortable. Subscribe!